Hi everybody, this is Stefan from EDC Austria, and today we are discussing the O350 from Zero Tolerance. This was my first zero tolerance knife ever. It was about €150, and I couldn't even imagine what a knife for that kind of price could do, because until then I was only looking at knives on Amazon and bought Kershaw's for like 50 or 50 or $60 and thought a knife for 150 must be like the best knife in the world. But I still like this knife. This is a knife that's a few years old by now. There have been many variations which I show you now. So as you have seen, they've quite few versions, with the tiger striped one and the serrated one. Here's another Canonian design, the Kershaw League, and like the Kershaw League, the O350 also is a flipper and it's speed assisted. So it doesn't matter if you do it a bit or hard, the flipping, it will always open. And this one still flips very fast. This is from the time when they still used S30V instead of S35VN or even something better. But also back at this time they had a quad mount, so you have two holes here, two here, and two here. You'll see that mine is mounted tip down, because at that point I didn't know that much and went to like a Home Depot, and the guy sold me a Torx that was one size too small, so I stripped it out and now I can't get this off. Here you have a nice finger choil, also nice protection. The jimping is pretty far back, but you can also put your thumb nicely against here. It is basically the typical Canonian form that we are used to. You can hold it very, very well in a reverse grip. In all grips you can imagine, this knife will perform good. It has a great pommel. This is number 30,716, so there were quite a few made. Of course, like all zero tolerances, it is made in the United States and you have a lifelong guarantee. This is tungsten DLC. DLC is short for diamond-like coating, which should prevent it from getting scratched, and I've been really not babying this knife, and you can see there are almost no blemishes at all. As for the blade length is 3.25 inches, which is 8.25 centimeters, and the complete lengths are 19.7 centimeters, which is 7.75 inches. So that's actually a pretty small knife if we compare it, say, to the Sebenza. You can see this is quite a bit larger. If we, on the other hand, compare it to another zero tolerance, the 0566, which a review of this one will also be upcoming. This is a Rick Hinderer design. Those are pretty similar when it comes to design. At least, I mean from length, design too, but that got me confused now. And finally, the CQC6 from Kershaw is also about the same length. As for the weight of the knife, is 176.4 grams, which is 6.22 ounces. I don't know why Zero Tolerance had that listed at 159 grams, because I tested other stuff yesterday and that was right on, so my scale can't be wrong, but let's try it again. No, 6.22, but it says 5.6. Well, people lie, I guess. It's still awesome to carry. You don't really feel it in your pocket after a while. The G10 handle is not too rough. You see it has a really awesome backspacer here made out of G10. It's not too thick of a blade. We'll check the blade thickness out in a second. It is a liner lock, as you will see, which is still locking up perfectly and hasn't moved one bit. So even if I really open it strong, you'll see that the liner is still on the very beginning, and I've been using that almost daily for a year now. Oh yeah, we wanted to check the blade thickness. Exactly 3 millimeters or 3.05, but that means 3 millimeters. As for my conclusion, for a zero tolerance knife at this cheaper price point, at $150, and all the variations, if you found one that you like more than the regular black blade one, maybe a black wash or a striped one or serrated one, they are all between 140 and 160 euro or dollar, because for some reason this knife costs the same in Europe and the United States. But I can really highly recommend it. If this is your first knife that's a bit more expensive, this would surely be a good choice if you want to go with the kind of G10 side of things. If you want a titanium folder for around 150 bucks I'd go with a Kaiser or something like that, but that I will discuss in my favorite knives of this year episode. But still, this knife for zero tolerance is very reasonably priced. Also in this case you can use the blade stops for some studs, which doesn't always work, but in this case it's no problem. The only point is, as always, you just get this box and inside in bubble wrap you have the knife, and that's basically it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this overview and stay tuned for the customary cut tests or cut demonstration. Okay, so here we go with the cut test. As you see, I stop now and then start up again with a push cut, because this will really show you if a knife is sharp. Just setting it to the edge and going straight through in a fast motion, you can cut paper with almost every knife. But the real strength of this is cardboard cutting, because I've cut cardboard with this all year and had to strop it like 3 times and sharpened it once, but kind of haphazardly, so really didn't need too much of any maintenance, and it still cuts like on the first day. It's amazing, and for 150 euro I can really recommend this knife. Especially for someone who is new into knives, this would be a great grail piece. Okay, bye bye.